Second Nature for Children is in the building. I hope everyone once again has had and definitely is having a great day. My day have been very productive. And Coach, how you doing? Great to have Coach in to come in and share this information and give his perspective on the topic tonight. But before we jump into it, Coach, how things going with you?
I'm straight, man. I'm great as always. Great as always, man. That's for
Okay,
real.
good, man. I enjoy coming on with you and putting this information out and hoping that our people, and I mean people of color, people that I love, gravitate toward this information, man, and begin to become liberated and share this information. But like I say, my main focus, hopefully, man, that our babies, that our children can be able to get this information, man, so it can definitely help as they're traveling through their journey. They can have a smoother journey as they take this wisdom and apply it. So that's my main focus. And if anybody want to know the work that Second Nature for Children is doing, you can go to our website and check out our work at snfchildren.org. That'll get you to our website. Of course, our Facebook page, Second Nature for Children. And as our Facebook family come into the house, I need for everyone to go over to YouTube and make sure you subscribe. How hard is that? Coach, how hard is it for us as a people with this information? If you check out the content that we're putting out, it's needed content. We should have 1 million views, easy, easy. But when you go out on social media and you see what's really popping for as people viewing in, it'll let you know. It lets me know that our people, especially people of color, we're in trouble for what we gravitate toward. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I got you. They'll get there. They'll get there eventually.
You know what, Coach? I love your hope that you have, and I'm a second that emotion with you. I hope we do, Coach. I hope we do. So that's why I'm gonna continue to put this information out and hoping that some type of light come on or some type of bell will ring and we grab this information and move forward. So let's just make sure before we jump into this topic, do Blacks need the Bible or morals? We're going to talk about which one we need. Do we need the Bible or do we need morals? But I want to make sure that everyone is getting ready for August, that first week in August. Remember, our challenge is coming up. And I had a couple of comments that you can go out there and look at on that video where a young man, and I guess it was a young man, that asked, he said, well, is this challenge for me to finish it in 7 days? Because what I'm dealing with is going to take longer than 7 days. That's what he put. It was a great question. So the challenge is to either spark something off that you've been working on that maybe you keep stopping and starting on. Maybe you need to take a challenge where it's something that you need to sacrifice, something you need to give up. So it's a challenge where, like I say, we're trying to make sure that it betters us in some type of way, that you take a challenge, because one of the problems that we have, especially in the Black community, is our commitment and our consistency and even holding ourselves accountable for certain things that we should be doing. And I'm gonna make sure that you can shoot me comments, or I give my email out, snfchildren@gmail.com. If you would like to let us know what your challenge is so we can hold you accountable, because we're gonna have to come in as a family and really work on this. And I want to let you know that we have a target audience, and that audience is for people who want to take their lives to another level. Everyone, like you just said, Coach, we hoping that they grab this information, but everyone is not willing or ready to take their lives to another level. So we do have a target audience, and that is for people who want to take their lives to another level. So I'm excited about the challenge that is coming up, and we're going to start it the first week in August. I was going to start it the first week, this week, as a matter of fact. But I know July the 4th, we're going to hurt a lot of us in trying to take on a challenge. So I said, you know what? Let's get the summer out the way, and then let's kick it off the first weekend August. So whatever it is that you've been struggling with, it could be starting exercising, stop drinking, stop eating this. It could be a business that you've been thinking about. Well, let me work on it for 7 days and see could I spark something off to keep it going. But from the last video we did, Coach, I just want to share. You made a great comment. I don't want to see who can twerk the best, or who can do this the best, or who can do that the best. It's not that type of challenge. It's the type of challenge that we can take that would take us to another level, or take you personally in your own life to another level. So that's what, so that's what the challenge is about. And we're going to definitely kick that off the first week in August. And I share whatever I'm going to give up or what I'm going to sacrifice. I share it. I don't know exactly what it's going to be just yet. I know the first of this month, June, as a matter of fact, I did just a no meat week. You know, throughout the year, I like to just sacrifice and give up certain things. And so that was June the 4th was the last time I ate a piece of meat. So I started that Monday, June the 5th, no meat. So I was just doing it for 7 days, but it felt real good. And I understand how it helps the body further as not dealing with so much meat, with breaking down the digestive system and dealing with colon cancer. We'll do that on a later date. I discussed that. But July the 4th, as a matter of fact, Independence Day, I make it to July the 4th. I've been and did 1 month with no meat. So that was a challenge for me because I never went that long because I'm always training and staying in shape anyway. So I never went that long. But that was a great challenge for me. And I've taken on the challenge, and really, it has really making me stronger. I'm already a beast, Coach, but that has making me stronger. So we're gonna so we're gonna jump in this thing here. Do blacks need the Bible or morals? Now, when we talk about need, we're talking about being unable to do without something. So when we deal with this, well, let's take the Bible first. Let's take the Bible first. Let's deal with the Bible first, and then we'll deal with morals. So when you're dealing with the Bible, can you live without the Bible? Is it something about the Bible that is required in your life? If you don't live by it, will you lack something? Will you miss something? And that's why I would like for people, because we're getting views, for people who want to catch a topic or catch something that we speak on and would like to give their perspective about it. All they have to do is hit me up, snfchildren@gmail.com. And, I'll bring you on and you can give your perspective about it. But is the Bible something that you cannot live without? Now let's deal with the Bible. It's simply just a collection of sacred writings. In other words, Coach, you yourself, myself, we can go and get some spiritual writings and we can compile them. And really, we can make our own Bible, because sacred is just something belonging to or dedicated to a God with a big G, as it's defined, or a God with a small g, something holy. So it can be spiritual, sacred writings. It could be sacred music. It could be sacred memories, things like that. So I'm going to go with it first. Do we need the Bible? Now, the Bible is a good book. I read it from the front to the back. I've even studied the Bible. That's what Paul told Timothy. But I don't see, Coach, where I can say that I need the Bible to live a great life. I don't see it. So what's your perspective first about, do we need people of color? Because on a higher scale, we are a so-called very religious group of people. So do you think that we need the Bible to live a great life? What you think about that, Coach?
Well, I would say no, but if you're dealing with majority of people who are quote unquote Christians, then a lot of people can't do without the Bible. As far as necessity, for myself, can I tie in? Let me tie in morality. I'm gonna touch on morality.
Do you? Absolutely.
Now, as human beings, spiritual beings, right? In a physical world, I think we all have the moral compass or moral strands in us. And things like the Bible help enhance that. That's what I believe. Just like you develop your brain, your muscle, whatever, you develop your moral compass. Now it get construed where if you're in a struggling mode, you don't care. You can do what you got to do. You know what I mean? Greed could supersede that moral compass, which tells you this is wrong, this is right. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So to a certain degree, the Bible, I think, enhances your moral compass, to keep you more or less in the straight and narrow. You know?
Okay.
But as far as you needing that, I don't think you need it, but it helps to enhance what you should already have in you.
Okay.
Like doing the right thing, not because anybody looking, because it's the right thing to do. That's wrong. Kind of like a lot of people have a list of things they want to do. And we talk about, what about the list of things that you just would not do? That way your moral compass ties in. So straight off the bat, do you need the Bible? No, you don't. But it helps to enhance your moral compass,
All right, let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Hold that thought. Just hold that thought. Just hold that thought. Okay. How do you think that the Bible, and I just want to get this from, how do you think that the Bible would help that moral compass if you are tapped into your moral compass? If you're tapped into it, then why do you think that either the Bible will enhance it or you even need it? If you're tapped into
it enhances, I think, straight up from the fruit of the spirit. You know what I mean? Love, peace, joy, all of etc. The fruit of the spirit, that comes to mind. Okay. So it's really, your moral compass is telling you, well, this is right, this is wrong. The fruit of the spirit is telling you, that part of the Bible is telling you, well, it's barely co-signing what you already know. Okay. So it's either co-signing what you already know, or it's going to show you what you know is wrong. It is wrong in that regard. You know what I mean? It's like evidence, that what I'm doing is right or what I'm doing is wrong to a certain degree. Because you can have a immoral person who is down with the Bible, but they're just immoral. You know what I mean? It don't make you moral now, because we know a lot of people know the Bible, of religious people, and that's any religion, not only Christianity.
Yeah, right.
And they end up being immoral. So in that way, I think it can help enhance your morality. Like, okay, I'm doing the right thing because I'm seeing what I'm seeing here. Okay, that's my evidence to a certain degree,
Okay. And then, so just to piggyback a little bit, because I love the conversation, how you got it flowing. If we dealing with in the Bible, so let's deal with Christianity. But we're talking about any religion, but let's just bring it right down, because this is the sector that I come from. I come from the Black Baptist Church, and I see how we are split and how we are separated, and how they have taken the Bible and revised it and reworded it and did a lot of different things to it. So I want to go with it's so many, and I was there all my life in that church, in that setting. And I see where so many of us over the years had that Bible, but was not living a moral life.
Okay, and that's what I'm talking about. That's true. Because you can know the Bible, have the Bible, and still be immoral. Mm. Now, that's not the Bible's fault. That's your fault. That's you. Okay. You know, that's you, that individual. Whatever made you or whoever made you go the way you going, you know, that's on you. Because you had to choose, well, okay, I'm going to do this or I'm not going to do this. That's on you. You know, to me, the Bible is just a guide. That's all it is.
Okay.
You know?
I'm with you. And definitely, that's why I stated a little earlier that it's definitely one of the best books I've ever read. It's a good book. I just don't subscribe to the belief of a lot of the stories that's in there. But when it comes to the morality part and the do's and don'ts, you know, I agree with this right here. But I still don't see if a person is working on their character and their conduct and capable of understanding right and wrong. Meaning, maybe they need validation from a book to say, okay, this is it. But I still believe when you're dealing with your character, then you're dealing with the nature of the person that you are. True, are you with me? You're dealing with your nature. So now you're dealing with something that comes from within you. Okay? Now watch this right here. Rock with me and roll with me right here just for a second. I understand now how religion, because remember, I was going to go with religion and morals, but I understand now, Coach, how they're able to use religion because of the writings of the Bible that has morals in it.
Okay.
To make you think that you need the Bible because it has those morals in it. And the reason I said earlier, I don't believe that you need the Bible with good morals, because if you tap into your nature, that which dwells within you, your personal God, if you believe in God, not the one in the book.
True.
Your personal. I see how now they have taken religion and connected it to your personal God that dwells within you, but have you thinking that they're talking about the God of the book. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
It's not the God of the book that's helping you, because man have made so many different gods and so many different books and so many different religions. You understand what I'm saying?
I got you.
But there is something that dwells in you to the psyche of who study religion, know how to tap into your psyche to have you thinking that that God that dwells within you is Jesus, is Allah, is Buddha.
I got you.
But I just want to see and show how we have to be careful with the religious sectors, because listen, Coach, they can't even agree with the religion. We take Christianity, it's so many different Christian sectors. No one knows, Coach, and here's a fact. Anybody can shoot me a comment, or you can come on the show. I'd rather for you to come on the show with this right here. but no one, no scholar, no one has evidence that the Jesus of the Bible exists. It's a belief. And once you begin to try to push your belief into a fact, then that's a problem. You just have to simply say that I believe what the Bible says, and that's my belief, and I have no problem with that. But there is no empirical evidence, period, coach, that the Jesus of the Bible and who did the miracles, no one was back there. No one knows. It just certain things. And see, the mystery of religion will always have us entangled because it's all because no one was back there. So we'll never be able to really figure it out. But there is no, and you think about it just for yourself and just for a moment. And if you need a day or two, I'll give you a day or two. But even if you coach, that now that I'm saying, it's just like me and Bro D, and I wish Bro D would hit me up and come back when we was talking about God healing. Okay, when someone is healed from something, there is no imperial evidence that God healed them. So what happens with religious folks a lot of times, we get too emotional instead of just saying, well, that's just my belief that God healed them. And I respect that because I'm not an atheist. And I would tell you myself that certain things that happen in my life, I contributed to, I would say, God. But I'm not talking about the one y'all talking about in the book. I'm talking about my personal God and my personal relationship that I have with that I believe that dwells within me.
Yeah, okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
I got you. I got you.
So no one, and that's why you can have so many different religious groups because no one could really prove their God. So someone else can pop up with a group. And you got to understand that throughout the years, every religion was coming out of another religion because of a disagreement. We don't agree with that. So we see it this way. So then you get a group of people who see it the way you see it. You understand what I'm saying? I think you froze, coach. You'll pop back in just a second. You might have to go out and come back in. Until coach pop back in, I think he can froze. Coach, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Hey, I'm not gonna cut that out. I'm gonna play that because I just want to know, was that God? was that? Hey, I would not cut that out. I'm gonna play that all the way through. Was that God? Hey, I would not cut that out. Was that God? Just like I said, now I'm not an atheist, and I believe so. I'm gonna leave that in there right there and just ask the question, hey, was that God that disconnected us just for a moment? Absolutely. So hey, let's get back to it and finish it up, coach. So when we deal with the moral, we talking about, we said good in character, we talking about our conduct, the way we carry ourselves. And so I would have to answer again, do blacks need the Bible or morals? And I think a little earlier, you kind of went with a little bit more that we need definitely the morals. And you here, I'm glad you can correct me if I'm wrong. And looking into the Bible was more of a confirmation that I'm headed in
or enhancement of what we already should have.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah, enhancement. Like a guide, you know what I mean? Of what we already should have.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. Well then I go with that. And I still, I got to look at it. I got to look at it. And I've definitely looked at it. And I still got to go with we don't need it to live a good life. And the reason I say that is because I know too many people who don't subscribe to it that live a pretty good life.
But also there are a lot of people that use it as their guide, you know, because that's part of their belief system, what have you, and that kind of keeps them in a straight and narrow. So I mean, I respect that.
Absolutely.
I respect that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And I always say this. I always say this. So that's a great point you just made right there, because I always say that if you're going to follow that faith, let me see you live it out.
That's it.
So
That's it.
I definitely respect that, because like I said earlier, it's a great book to read, and it's Bible stories. And I get more from it, coach, from a allegorical standpoint, instead of instead of looking at it so literally. I look at it more figuratively. You understand what I'm saying? So if I'm reading and I'm seeing that Jesus turning water into wine, if I'm seeing that Jesus walking on water, if I'm reading things like this right here, I'm not gonna get caught up in the belief of that and then go out and don't do anything. It just, I believe. This is what happened to a lot of people that I've dealt with in this sector, that they read certain things and they hearing about Jesus doing this and doing that, and they just believe, but they don't do anything to show that power. Because if you could change water into wine, and if you can walk on water, that's some power. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And see, I don't see them showing no power within themselves to show me that they really believe in this Jesus of the Bible. But now, if you look at it from an allegorical standpoint, and then you say, well, he turning water into wine, or he's walking on water, in 2023, we know that that would be called impossible. Are you with me?
Yeah.
So now I can take that scripture and say that, if Jesus did the impossible,
so can I. So can I. That's it.
now so can I do it. Now I need to go out and take this, not so literally, but figuratively. And if he did the impossible, and the Bible says that he dwells in me, and I can do greater things, then so that's the problem. Great book, but I don't see the religion sector living by the book. So great book, definitely great book. And the book has helped me. So I can't even deny, because it was a time before I became enlightened about other things or certain things. I lived by that book, and that book really helped me. You understand what I'm saying?
I got
But
you.
I was one of the people who went back into the church at a certain point in my life and really wanted to know, was it real? Instead of just going to church for formality or custom, or just going because it's Sunday morning. I went back in to see, is this thing for real? And then I found out by going back into the church that it's real if you live it. But I was among, you have to go to Ezekiel 37 when they talk about the dry bones. I found myself among a bunch of dry bones. People that was in formality, that was in custom, but was not living the word. So that's the problem that I have. So I definitely would say once again that I don't believe that, and it's when you and I come on, we always have a big umbrella and paint a big broad stroke across it. So I would conclude with mine with this right here. I don't believe that we need to buy the Bible to live a good life. I just believe that we need good morals, okay? But now I will piggyback on what you said, because I got to rock with you on this part, that if you're living by the Bible and doing the things that it will have you to do, when it come down to morality, it's a good book. Do you understand?
I got you.
But if you're not carrying out what the Bible would have you to do, then, and like you said earlier, that's on you. That's on you. Yeah. And just that's on you, because it's definitely a good book. It definitely has some good things in it. I don't subscribe to it so literally. I take it more allegorically. I don't need it to live a good life or a great life, because I'm encountering too many people now, as things has broadened for me, that does not subscribe to it, that lives a good life. And I'm not saying that they live a good life and they just put on a front, a show. These are certain people that I'm in communication with, and I'm really getting their mindset. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm really getting their mindset to say, whoa, okay, so this, you don't need that to get, okay, I'm seeing that, because like I'm telling you, I see too many of us that say that they subscribe to the Bible, but they're not living it. And I know more people who subscribe to the Bible. Life is a wreck. And like you said earlier, it's not because of the Bible, it's because of them.
Their choices.
Yeah. That's their choices, and they are not connecting with themselves and that which dwells within them. They're either formality or custom, and they're not living by it. And a lot of them, to be very honest with you, don't even have good morals. You understand what I'm saying? Don't even have good character. And that's on the individual. Not so I'm not gonna beat the Bible up, because the Bible has helped me. The Bible is definitely a great book, but not for me literally. Once again, allegorically. But I would definitely say I don't need it, definitely at this point in my life, to move forward, because I know that I have a great relationship with that which dwells within me. So I've learned how to move forward on my journey. But like you stated earlier, there are a lot of people that's not at my level. So if they need it, use it, but do what the Bible would have you to do. You'll be okay. So I definitely agree with you on that, Coach. So I'm going to give you the last couple of words, Coach, and we're going to get out of here. I appreciate you so much, Coach, for coming through. Family, make sure you subscribe. Share this information. You know you need this information, or some of the content that we have put out, and you definitely know someone who needs this information. So make sure that you subscribe, family. Hit that like button, that thumbs up, and make sure you share this information with someone. Coach, I've enjoyed you so much tonight. And like I say, that little thing it did, and I'm going to leave it in there. And ask the people, was it God who shut it down or what? But I love it, man. I'm not editing nothing.
Somebody's going to say that.
So, Coach, I give you the last word like always. Close us out.
I said that anything or anyone that can enhance you, especially your character, your morals, man, that's a plus. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, you do have a choice. I know sometimes in life you're back against the wall, or people say you've been in a rock and a hard place, but you still have a choice, man. You know what I mean? Whatever you go through, you can learn from it. You don't have to keep going through that same bad thing over and over, or that bad person over and over again. You can learn from it. If you don't learn, you can keep repeating it, you know. So I always talk about self-improvement, whatever can enhance you, make you a better person. You know, that's what you work on, man. That's what you work on. It could be a book, it could be a sermon, it could be a speech, it could be just a plain writing, even the Bible. You know, as long as it enhances you, the person, that's a beautiful thing, man. Keep doing that, you know, so you can further influence others. You know, that's about it, man. But I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you.
Hey, always, and coach, I'm gonna leave it right there. Now I hope that people are listening to the end, man, to get that what you're giving at the end. And I'm gonna make sure the next time we come on, I tell them, hey, you make sure that you listen to this in its entirety or go to the end and make sure that you get coach last words of wisdom, because I'm getting them, believe me. So coach, I appreciate you once again. I'm not saying anything else because that was a great closeout as always. And we'll come back together again. Much love. Take care of yourself.
All right, man. Same to you. Praise.
Yes, sir.